Okay, we're excited today to roll out the new Remax on the Move internet system. And we're going to show you guys today how to make sure you manage your profiles that show up on the website, and B, how to access the community board where you're going to be able to go in and post all the information and keep track of what's going on in the company. So to get started today and keep this really simple, we're going to go ahead and we're going to scroll down to the bottom of homesofnewengland.com. You're going to go down to the very bottom where it says Agent Login. You're going to get an email from us that will have your username and password, so you'll be able to log in with that. That should be the username and password that was sent in the email that you got the link to this video on. Okay, when you first get into the system, most of this information will be blank because it hasn't been filled out yet. But you'll have access to the client management system that we have in here. But what you're going to want to do is to first make sure your information is all correct. So I'm going to go over here in the top right hand corner to my profile. And this is where I can see my photo that shows up, what email address is being used in my account. And this is important because you want to make sure any leads that come to you, this is the email address that they're going to go to. So you're going to want to make sure that's correct. Your username's correct, your business information, and which offices that you're working in. So you want to verify all that. There's also an opportunity for you to paste and put in your bio here, and your qualifications, and your favorite things. So you can put in as much as you want or as little as you want. And any keywords, anything that that might apply to you, for instance, bilingual or a certain certification, any of that information that you want to have in your title, MLS ID, all that information will be displayed on your bio. And make sure when you're pasting in this text to put into probably like a simple text editor, make sure you're not pasting the HTML code in there, or else it will mess up the formatting. So keeping that text as clean as possible will alleviate any problems that you're going to have. And then you can upload up to 3 additional photos. We call these lifestyle photos in addition to your main profile photo. And I'll show you in just a minute how these show up. And then, of course, you have 3 testimonials that you can add into the system. You just simply put in the title of the testimonial, the client, and what they had to say about your great job. And then you're going to also make sure your social media links are updated. So your Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, whichever of these you want to show up. And when you look at your profile page on the roster, this is what this page looks like. It's going to have your main profile photo, your name, if you have a website that you want to link out to, your social media links, then of course your bio and the offices that you work in. And then the 3 lifestyle photos that you've uploaded and your qualifications, a form for them to contact you. And then this is where your 3 testimonials will show up here if you've added them into the system. So that's kind of the first thing you want to do is just make sure, again, you're going up in the top right hand corner to my profile and making sure that all that information is updated and correct. The next thing you're going to do is be able to go over to the community board. Now you access the community board by going over to this left-hand navigation, going down to the bottom where it says community board and click on go to board. Now this is going to log you into the community board. So when you first access the community board, you can see that you're logged in the right account here with your name up here. You can immediately start a discussion, or you can go into any of the pre-filtered discussion boards that are already set up. Or you can just click into the community board and go directly in. Now this is going to have all the boards that are everything that's been posted. Now I can filter these by, for instance, buyer needs or events or messages, anything that open houses that are upcoming, pre-MLSs. So you can kind of filter these down based on what you're wanting to do. You can also filter by all discussions or only ones that you're following or particular categories. So for instance here, I'm going to go ahead and start a new discussion. Let's say I just took a new listing and I want to post that in here, okay? So I'm going to make sure it's tagged with pre or non-MLS listing or new listing. And I'm going to go ahead and let's just say this is the listing here. I'm going to go ahead and steal this one. So let's say this is my listing here. So I want to write that. Maybe I'm going to put that in my title here. Let's do that. And then I want to upload a photo. So I'm going to grab the photo of the property. And then I'm going to go ahead and put in the text from the listing. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here. Now, you may not, obviously this listing is not posted yet onto the MLS, but I can go ahead, like as soon as I'm walking out of my appointment that I've got the contract, I'm going to take a picture of the home, come up here and post it so that it goes immediately into our community, and I can start generating buzz and discussion, about that particular property. So here I can see my posts that I've put up there, and other agents can come in here and they can reply, or they can talk to, ask me questions. Those I'll get emailed and notified that people have asked questions. I can also tag, other people in this discussion thread as well. If I want to go ahead and reply and ask them to check it out, check this out. So it's really very simple, just a discussion board format. If this wasn't my post, I could come in here and say, I want to follow the post. So I'll get notifications on anything that happens within that post so I can see what's going on and if people are commenting or asking questions. And that's also going to show up, here in the main community board, and I can see that I'm now following that discussion. So, very simple, and I can now filter these and say, hey, only show me posts about new listings or open houses or whatever's coming on. So this way I can really dive into and figure out, the information that I want to know. Another important aspect of the board is to make sure that your settings are all set up. So you can automatically get emails when someone replies to your post. If someone locks a discussion you started, someone likes one of your posts. So you can either go and remove these if I don't want to be notified, or I can set them up so that I will be notified. By default, they are set up to be notified, but this allows you to make those changes if you decide to. I'm also going to be able to see if I was in any discussions or mentioned in any posts. I can to choose whether or not I want people to see whether or not I'm currently online. That's a great feature. So if I'm online and I wanted to chat with someone directly, I can do that. And then I can also choose if I want to automatically follow discussions that I reply to as well. So very simple. We encourage you guys to go in here, add your messages, add your open houses, add your events, put your renter buyer needs in here, all those sorts of things. And as this begins to grow, we may add additional categories or things based on your guys' feedback. But really just want you to get in there, get familiar with it, and let us know what you think so we can make adjustments and continue to grow this and make it something that you guys are really going to enjoy and really enjoy using. So thank you very much for your time.